Yep. Okay. So, yeah. So far we have seen, which first thing is we manage the code and we build the code. I mean, we test the code after we written the code. So that's the thing. And next is like we build the code, obviously, and finally we deploy it. I mean, we deploy it to a repository to store our artifacts. That's what we did so far. Today we'll go for the next step. Like, we did all these things, but why? What is our main goal? Is to deploy our application, right? So that everyone can able to access that. Let's say you're writing code for application. What is the point of writing the code if you don't release the application? You have to deploy it somewhere. Same thing. So that's the main goal, right? Where and how to deploy that we'll see today. Uh, I think we already seen few examples of where to deploy, how to deploy. If you remember Apache and Nginx, these two we have discussed. These are all web servers where we deploy our static code. But now, whatever we are about to discuss is something which, like, how to deploy our Java applications. It's a little bit different. Not complicated, but little different. That's it. So the topic is about Tomcat, Apache Tomcat. So this is also belongs to Apache. So the only use of this is obviously so to deploy our Java apps in this. Only for Java apps, not other thing. Only Java. Do remember that. This will be useful only for Java. So now why we choose this? Because we have Java application, right? Maven application. Java Maven. Maven is for Java application only. So obviously ultimately Java application case. So we want to deploy that. That's why we have to use this. How to use it again? It's simple like you have to install it first, configure it and deploy it. So let's first start with installation of Apache Tomcat. How to install? There are two ways. One way is if you see here, this is the official website. On the left side, Tomcat 9 or 10 something. Click on anything, let's say Tomcat 9. Just scroll down, so you can download this zip file, tar file or anything. You can simply extract that and that's it. We install Maven. That is one thing. Just like how we did for just like how we did for Maven. Of course, we install with yum. Another way is we can simply download the tar file and extract it, keep it somewhere. So that is the installation is done. Another way is using package manager. Let's see whether it is available or not. Let's try unable to locate Tomcat. Oh yeah, Tomcat is there. Tomcat 9 is there if you see. Now we can install with it apt install Tomcat 9. Yes, Tomcat is installed. So that's it. So if you see etc Tomcat creating config files is it. So the main configuration path is etc Tomcat 9. This is the Tomcat directory. First we'll see the configuration, and then we'll see where to deploy. These are all the configuration files. The main one is this one, server.xml. This is the Tomcat's main configuration file, where what happens is in this file we can configure how the Tomcat should work. So by default, Tomcat obviously have a port number called 8080. First, let's see and try to access whether it will work or not. Let's check the status. No JDK JRE found. That's okay. Java is there, but it's expecting see Java home variable. User lib JVM. Open JDK. Let's export this path. Of course, again, Java is also dependent on, sorry, Tomcat is also dependent on Java. Now let's try to start it. It still failed.
I think we need to allow a port number in the security group.
Let's not go that far. Let's start from local. Sorry,
Okay.
if it is required, I'll tell you.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
First, let's see here. Still, it is not accepted. Port is it is there. Open JDK. Still, it is not see. It is failed. Let's see this error. Now JDK, please set the variable install set. That is error. But where it is? Why it is coming? Even though Java home is there. Let's see. Why? Because we have to set this variable globally. Let's say I'm in Ubuntu user. Is it here? Java home is here. Let's say any other user out there. Maybe let's post this. Java home. Let's see it is there. Now let's try. Still same. Where is it is missing? Let's see. We have it. Mhm. So there is somewhere it's wrong. So let's see maybe in the configuration where it's expecting. So of course there will be a directory when the service file we need to okay, there is no Tomcat. Okay, it's not even installed properly. Let me just take this variable. Please, okay, now we have to see where it's exactly happening. Start up script. So let's installation is fine. So now somewhere sorry, Tomcat is taking the wrong point. So where do we start? Here Tomcat didn't came here. Okay. Here, okay, not there. Yeah. Sorry. We removed the Tomcat directly completely. Now let's try again. Tomcat 9. Let's see. Sorry. Still same. It's not taking.
Try once through browser and extracting tar file.
Wait. Patience. I'll do it. Let's not try this way. As Rashekar mentioned multiple times, so let's try through. What is the method you're saying?
Tarbal and copy.
So download Tomcat is in tar file. Where is it? Yes, here it is. Copy link address simply. Go to somewhere. Let's download. I got it. Let's enter. Yep, we have the Tomcat directory. Let's go here. Same. There's no configuration changes. Nothing will be there except one new directory. This is the one. We have to start differently. Actually. There is a script called startup.sh which we need to execute. That's it. If you observe that Tomcat started. We need to access now from the browser. Let's see. Obviously, I need to allow the firewall. As I told you, Tomcat port number 8080. So you have to access by that. IP address. It is a port number 8080. Let's see. See, this is the Tomcat default page. You can see here. If you're seeing this, you have successfully installed Tomcat. Congratulations. This is the default application page. Now we'll do few more configuration changes and we deploy our application. Let's see. So first thing is server.xml. Let's open that. There is a conf directory. You can simply go there. Server.xml. This is where main configuration is. Let's open this. It's XML file again, obviously, so you will see a lot of these things. Here, what you can do is like you can change the port number, the default port number. Let's say I don't want to use 8080, maybe 9090. Simple, I mean, simply it's not really mandatory to change. I'm just changing 9090. So now, if I save and restart it, I have to use 9090 for Apache. Any kind of SSL certificates, if we configure anything, create anything, this has to be configured here. If you see here, this is the one. So this is the main configuration file where uh, we can configure how Tomcat should work. You know what is, I changed the port number, right? I have to restart it. How to restart? Sorry, there is a startup.sh and shutdown.sh. There is no restart.sh file. So we have to use shutdown first. Once stopped, we have to use startup.sh. Tomcat started. Let's see. Let's refresh it. It obviously failed because the port number is 9090 now, not 8080 correctly. Let me allow this. Sorry. Mhm. Let's try. September 9090. It worked. Correct? Yeah. So now, why I'm executing startup.sh? Let's go to bin. What is there? These are all the files which we have internally. So since we are in a Linux machine, obviously, so shell files, .sh files, right? So in order to restart, sorry, in order to start, startup.sh, .sh. If you use Linux, sorry, Windows, startup.bat. See, if it is Windows, there is a separate file. If it is Linux, because we are using .sh. Same way for shutdown. Shutdown.bat is there for Windows. Shutdown.sh is for Linux. So based on like operating system, we can able to use this. And there is another file, catalina.sh. First, let me stop it. Window. Sorry, I stopped the Tomcat. Let's see what Catalina.sh will do. See, this is also start and stop the Tomcat. See the arguments, commands here. Simply what you have to do, Catalina.sh start or stop like this. This also you can use. Not just startup or start shutdown files. You can use Catalina.sh also. This is also file. I think currently I stopped it. Yeah, I stopped it. I started. Got it? These are three files which we use. See, there is another file, daemon.sh. This is also, see, same thing. Start the Tomcat, stop the Tomcat. There are multiple files. You can use any of that. I mean, it's not really mandatory to use only specific thing. Some use Catalina.sh file to start and stop the Tomcat. Some use, startup file or shutdown files. It's not really matter. Whatever you are comfortable, you can simply use it. So it does not really matter. Maybe I'm comfortable with Catalina.sh. So I'm just using it. That's it. Are you not comfortable with Catalina.sh? You're okay with shutdown.sh or startup.sh files, you can use it, no problem. There's nothing. So this is what about now how to start and stop Tomcat. If we install Tomcat in this approach means downloading the tar file and install it. If we install the Tomcat in this approach, we have to start and stop like. What if you run as a service? Service means with apt install, you install, or let's say some yum install something with a package manager. Then you have to use systemctl command to manage the systemctl status. Earlier we have seen, right? But it didn't work because it didn't try to find the Java version. We had to change so many things, but that's okay. Generally, most commonly used way is this because not every latest version is available with package managers. So let's say sometimes the developer wants to use Tomcat 10, which is the latest one. It's not available with the apt or app. You have to download like this only. Or let's say I want to download Tomcat 8. It is not there now, I think, in the website, but it was when we were using. So at that time, we had to download the tar file and do it like this. So this is about installation of Tomcat and what are some configuration files inside. Now we'll see the next thing. Next thing is users in Tomcat. In Tomcat, within Tomcat, I mean not in within Linux server. Do remember this again. Within Tomcat, we have users concept. Why the users concept? I mean, it's just a tool. Why? Because we are using this for deploying our applications and accessing it. So we're restricting it for specific users internally within Tomcat. I mean, so let's say now, as an example, I would say there are two ways of deployments. Either one thing through command line I can do it, or UI also I can do it. UI I have to click here, manager app. Tomcat provides a manager app, so I can go simply here if I'm comfortable with UI and deploy it. But for now, it's access denied because we don't have anything. But these two ways are there to deploy an application in Tomcat. One is through command line, another is through UI. I mean the manager app. So if you want to use the UI, Linux user won't work. I mean, so you have to have it user within Tomcat. That user should have permissions. So when we set up that user concept, we have to give our credentials. I mean, of that user credentials. Then we can deploy it. There's one more way. Administrating Tomcat, like we have to maintain the Tomcat, manage it. Admin task, whatever required, they need to perform on the Tomcat. Further, also we need these users. So two scenarios. One is to deploy, other is to manage two things. So if you are trying to manage or trying to deploy through UI, you need users. If not, you don't need it. See here, managing Tomcat. For security access to Tomcat, manager web app restricted users defined in Tomcat. Conf, user protection. So if you want to manage anything from the UI, you need Tomcat users. If you don't want anything, let's say my team does not use the Tomcat UI at all, you don't need to create anything. But most people use UI. It's easy, right? I mean, so let's say a manager is here. We don't know, I mean, the commands, but what about this tool? How to manage this tool? How to log in and all everything? It's easy for them this UI. So let's see that first. Let's see how to create our users using Tomcat. Of course, you can see it. There is an like, XML file called Tomcat organization XML. Let's open that. Yes, this is the file. This is the file. You don't change anything here. This is default content. Forget about it. So in this format, we have to define a user and a role. Tomcat have inbuilt roles. If you observe here, manager UI role. Allow access to HTML UI and the status page. Here, this is the status page and this is the UI. So the role name is manager UI and manager script it seems. It's allowing access for the HTTP API and the status page. Through command line, if you want to do the same, we want this role. There is another role, admin GUI. Where is this? So admin access for the UI. No, it's not here. That's okay. So that also we can give. Let's create. Let's see. I'm just we'll be using the same format. I just don't want to copy it. That's it. But I'll be using the same format. You'll see it. I'll define the role name. What is the role name? I want to access manager app. What is manager app is nothing but like when we deploy all multiple applications in Tomcat with the manager UI application, we can see everything in a single place. We can manage them easily in the UI. This is what about manager app. So we are simply configuring it to access from UI. If you don't want, let's say, I don't want the UI at all, you can skip this completely. It's not required. So this is the role name. That's it. And username, or let's say another role will be. Now we'll give another role name. These are role names. Now we'll use this. We'll create a users, Tomcat users with these permissions. Same here. This is the line. User, username. Maybe my username is test. Simply password, anything. test 1 2 3 something. Just for now. What are the roles a user this user should have? I want this user to have all these three roles. Simply what you do, give these role names. That's it. So now we just created a user with these full permissions. Manager UI permissions, admin UI access, manager script. Manager UI means to manage to access the manager app through UI and manage our applications. Manager script to do the same thing whatever we are doing with UI through manager app, manager UI, we're doing through the API call, I mean through command line. As well as admin UI means we're giving admin access to manage the UI for this test user. That's it. Simply let's save it. Now in order to apply this change, obviously, so
A small typo mistake.
sorry,
You
where
missed
is it?
slash and the last slash
Oh, I
after
missed this.
script manager script. Okay.
Yeah, simply don't save it. I have to restart it. So stop, stop, start. You can use anything. I told you right. Either startup.ss or Catrin or D1, all are fine. Let's see now. Let's first refresh this page. That's now you click on the manager app. Still it is it's saying you're not authorized to page obviously. But we did the same thing, right? Tomcat is a XML, manager UI, user Tomcat, password something, blah blah. See, we did the same thing, correct? But still see, we can't access. This is the line which we need to take care first. What is this is exactly? See, by default, when you install Tomcat in your laptop, let's say in my laptop I install Tomcat. I can access this manager from UI only from that laptop. Wherever I install Tomcat, only within the host only I can able to access this UI. Otherwise I can't. See, nothing is accessible because this Tomcat is installed in Linux machine and I can access those in this Linux machine, but I can't access this site. I want access from my laptop. So the time what we have to do, we have to allow the remote access for Tomcat. Where to allow? There is a default file. Let's go there. So there is a folder called Web Apps Manager. There's meta in context.xml. This is the correct. If you observe these two lines, we have to remove. If you observe, this is the if you see allow line 127.0.0.1, this is the line. It means it's allowing only remote. So simply remove these two lines. Where is it? Yeah, sorry, almost found. Yeah, line 21, 22, 22 because the class name is Apache remote address value. Remote address value is 127.0.0.1. Is local address. It means access to only from this address, not from outside. So that's why I'm removing this. Save it. Similar way, we have to do in one more place. So now we went into manager directory and we did the copied the context.xml file. Same thing, there is something on host manager. Meta in same file will be there, same content if you observe. remove these two lines. So obviously now by removing this, what we did is like, we are allowing to access Tomcat remotely. I mean, whatever the options we have here from remote server. Obviously, this is where I'm trying to access, right? My Tomcat is running in Linux machine. I'm trying to access in my laptop, obviously remote machine. So I'm just giving access to that. Let's restart. I mean, start and stop. It started. Let's refresh. Let's click on see, login for username and password. We created right. Test test 1, 2, 3. Yes. See, this is the status of Tomcat server. I mean, how much this is, what is the version, Java version, Ubuntu, OS name, OS version, everything. The information on it, just simply server status. Let's click on manager app. This is the manager app. What is here? I mean, why I'm telling what is this manager app? Manager app simply is you see these are all some default applications. Forget about all these things. We can simply deploy our applications with this manager app. Just as simple as that. Simply let's say download your war. I mean, our application war file will be there. Artifact is there. Right? Simply you can upload from here. We can deploy it instead of from command line. We can deploy. That's how easy it is through manager app. So every application whatever you deploy in Tomcat, it will show here. See, it's some slash manager it seems. This is the one. Slash host manager. It's asking for password. This is the host manager. Every application whatever you deploy with Tomcat, see, it's available here. You can see applications, the name, slash docs it seems. Documentation obviously, access denied. That's okay. Again, see, context.xml is there for docs also. Let's go to web apps. Is there docs? Yeah, see docs is there. Go here. Meta-inf is there. Context.xml is there. Go same these two lines. Save it. Sorry, my mistake. Stopping, start, done, refresh. The documentation is here. Every URL. I mean, we'll also deploy our application tomorrow. Don't worry. But today we're just seeing installation and configuration of Tomcat. So if we deploy our application, it will come here within this list. Got it? Any application, it does not matter what application. I mean, Java applications, whatever we build, or you can simply download from Google. That is also fine. So for today, we have seen like what is Tomcat, how to install Tomcat. Of course, we have seen two ways, which we worked one way. It worked one way, and after that, what are some options in Tomcat? So obviously, I changed the port number of Tomcat from 8080 to 9090. So by default is 8080. Remember that. And I showed you how to change in server.xml and how to create users in Tomcat. Because if you see, let's say we don't have an user, we cannot access this manager application. Application manager simply, what does it mean is to manage our applications which are running in Tomcat. That's it. To manage our applications which are running in Tomcat. See, these are all applications. Let's as an example. You can simply stop and reload them and deploy them. See, you can simply reload it. It's restarted. But in same in command line, it's not possible. This action is not possible. Undeploy, reload, stop, and all is not possible. This is right. I mean, to manage all these things. Everyone uses the, I mean, UI. I mean, that's not only particular people or something like that. So that's why we need this manager app. In order to access this manager app, you need a user in Tomcat. That's why we created a user called test dummy. Just for now. So there will be multiple users with some limited permissions. We created one user and we gave full permissions to them, like admin UI, Tomcat UI, everything. But in organization we don't give such. So we have separate users. One is for deploy our application, one is to admin, one is for manager or something like that. So it's a different. That's it. So you got it so far. Any doubts? I mean, what is Tomcat? How to install? What is this manager app? How to create users in Tomcat? Deploying our application that we'll see tomorrow. Don't worry, it's easy. But we, first, this one is important. No, managing it. So yeah, any doubts?
No, no.
Others?
No, no.
No, no.
No, no.
There is no documentation for this. You have to follow the. I don't think I have a documentation. So yeah, please use this video and yeah, follow the installation. Tomorrow we'll see how to deploy our applications in Tomcat. Got it?
Okay.
For same time, no? 7 to 8
Same
tomorrow
time,
also.
yeah. Morning, same time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right then. Yeah. Bye. Bye all.
Thank you.
Bye, bye. Thank you.